Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to another Shalu's Casual Tournament stream. You might notice that we are actually streaming at a different time, not from match time. That's because we are going to have another staff stream interview, and this time we're going to be interviewing two folks here. We have Drake and Perry. Ignore Perry's other name that's shown. That is actually Perry. But yeah. Let's see. And with that said, would you like to introduce yourself, both of you guys?
Do you want to go
You go
first?
first. You can go
Okay.
first.
So yeah, hello. I'm Flair. I'm currently like 100k 6 digit for this. I'm been adminning this tournament and probably helping mostly in map pooling, unfortunately. So yeah, hello.
Unfortunately, what?
Hi. I mean, it's pooling.
It's
Fair enough.
pooling.
Hi,
Fair enough.
I'm Perry. I mostly just do like staffing around 6 digit. If you've played 6 digit, you probably know me as the guy who refs too much for their own sanity. Otherwise, I sometimes play tournaments for fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think you've probably seen Perry more, but yeah, she's usually the GFX and probably uh the most consistent ref, if not what do you call it, Reforna. I think Reforna has not been refing that much though, at least in 6 digit.
I personally probably would put like Wuem and Renyu above me,
Yeah,
but like still,
Renyu probably too. Renyu's not here though, so
that's true.
uh, but with that said, yes, you cannot escape from Perry. They are going to be everywhere, especially you guys mentioned, they're prevalent everywhere in the six-digit community. They're also known as a professional staff trafficker. I actually
yes.
happen to fall
Oh
under the
my
web as
God.
well. So yeah, give your hands up to both Beatrick and Perry.
Yeah, I kept getting asked like to just randomly just, hey, can you ref? Can you commentate in DMs or anything? Also for Perry, I think. Like from
Yeah.
Isira, from Sadie. It's
For
so
sure.
random when people just do that. It's so funny.
I mean, that's good,
I
right?
mean, I don't think I get asked as much nowadays, especially for like this ranking, because half the time I'm already in it before anybody can ask.
Oh,
But it's good.
I've been asking for like a lot of. I'm getting asked for a lot of cheating though for back end. So yeah, that's gonna be
Right,
interesting.
yeah.
That is one question that I was going to ask you guys in the interview, but we can get to that question a bit later. Let's see. From what we heard, from what was actually mentioned previously before stream, Perry, it's about 3 a.m. in the morning for you. Again, I apologize for waking you up very early, in the middle of the night. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it.
Alright. But that said, do you want to give a brief summary of the staffing experience, or do you want me to run through it via my perspective?
I'll do it. I'll give you a break.
Alright.
So I started impulsively staffing around like May 2023, I believe. But I only became active in August. It was all reffing at that point because I didn't know how to do anything else. I think I was what you would call like a ref NPC. Like I would do nothing but ref. I wouldn't talk, but you know, whatever. The tournament that changed things was RDC's a Random Digit tournament. You probably remember as the Scuffed Panhard tournament. I had never admin before that. I'd never had any experience with sheets, but I was trying to help this guy set up the ref sheet, and then for some reason, I ended up walking away from that conversation with the admin role. Essentially, like had to handle almost everything, except for pooling, of course. And after that, I got into like some back end cheating, some front end, and met a lot of people who I really, really, who I spend a lot of time with nowadays. I think at this point I'm reaching like 500 matches refed, and like I admin a lot, so it's getting kind of out of control, I think. There was at one point where I had 12 tourneys staffing at once. That was horrible.
I don't know how you do that. Have they been coming to you asking for you to rep and you've been picking it up, or have you been volunteering for these tournaments?
For that specific instance, I was getting asked a lot, and I'm very bad at saying no.
Ah, okay. I'm pretty sure
Fortunate.
we know how we can say no. It's hard to say no. Yeah, it's very hard to say no in certain cases like that situation. Let's see. All right. Now, that was a brief summary of Peri. Are you ready to go into the questions that I haven't laid out, or do you want to have anything to say? Do you have anything else to say before we get into the questions?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, with that said, we shall get right into it then. Let's see. First question is, what has been your role in this tournament? That we know you helped out tremendously by weapon matches, but you also mentioned you've done some work behind the scene. Can you provide us with some details about that?
Alright, so I like made the main sheet, which is not in the way you think. It's like an art thing. I took the GFX that was given for me from Mabosik, so thank you Mabosik. Extracted the color palette and everything to make a sheet that aligns with the GFX. That's kind of what I did. It's probably my favorite part of staffing at this point, and that's the reason I decided to staff for this tournament in the first place. Because like, how do I say this nicely? I don't think there's any way to say this nicely. The sheet when I came here was really, really bad, and it genuinely hurt my soul.
Yep.
Yeah. Other than that, just roughing and sometimes calming if I feel like it.
Okay. I just want a follow-up question to that is, were you invited to this tournament, or did you find out about this tournament via the form sheet?
I think somebody sent me the forum post. Because this is after KFC sent another 150k, and they were like, you should play this. And that's like the first time I'm told I should play a tournament instead of staff it.
Oh, okay.
But then I looked at the sheet and went, this is ugly.
Hey, any help would be much appreciated, I would believe, in that case. Even then, feedback's feedback, so I would think that the host or anyone that was doing the cheating would be tremendously grateful for any type of feedback, because if I recall correctly, once feedback for map pool, on the other hand, feedback on the map pool is extremely important. So I would assume that's going to be the same case for cheating and GFX.
Yeah, the host was really nice about it. And I really liked working with the host with the sheet and stuff.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Moving on to the next question. Let's see. So this is talking about a time that happened a couple of weeks ago. There have been times where you mentioned that you got in trouble IRL in real life by weapon a couple of weeks ago. Do situations like this typically happen, or was this a special case?
So I assume this is referring to the time where I was roughing in a garden.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, yeah,
Alright,
that's
so,
crazy.
I still live with my parents, so sometimes obviously they want me to do chores, they want me to do things, and sometimes I'm in the middle of roughing and I can't, say no because Asian parents. So I've kind of it happens at least once a week where I just take my laptop with me to do whatever chore I'm doing, and then turn up the volume really loud so that I can hear the bonk whenever somebody finishes a map or somebody picks a map. So yeah, I would say it's pretty common at this point.
Would that said, wouldn't you? I would assume that you'll be able to say no to weapons in some situations, so you don't get in trouble by your parents or someone in real
Yeah,
life.
it's like I can't drop I don't drop in the middle of the match because that I don't like dropping in the middle of the match.
That's fair. That's fair. How about that before the match even starts?
Okay, like if I have 30 minutes and I know that I'm not making it, then yeah, I'll give it to somebody else.
All right. Right. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's understandable. I would say. Um. All right. You're currently staffing a bunch of tournaments right now. I think 7, I believe, with some more coming
I don't
within.
know.
Yeah, I think it was 7. Looking at the profile. With someone coming within the next week. On top of that, you also are players as well. So how are you able to not get overwhelmed with scheduling issues?
I don't. I get overwhelmed with scheduling
Oh
issues.
shoot.
Okay. I guess like um it depends on the priority that week. Like sometimes the weekend's already busy enough IRL that I just don't care about reffing and I just make sure I get my matches scheduled at all. Other times, I take matches at the beginning of the week and then drop if reschedules happen to my matches. It's just cram as much as you can within the times you can handle. So instead of reffing like 6 hours straight, you would say you would ref for like 3 hours, but triple ref for 3 hours.
Oh man.
Would you say that's? Sorry, Faye, go on. If you were going to say something.
Nah. Cause I don't think. No, I've only like triple ref once, and it was probably
Oh, okay.
one time where I just could not see anything in my screen.
Right. Okay, no. I triple ref a lot, so
Yeah, so
This
it's painful.
this one
it's
time that
painful, but like I got used to it. It's been like 6 months.
you got used to it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably been more than that.
Now, with that said, is it worse to triple ref within a short amount of time or ref multiple matches within an extended period of time, in your opinion?
I prefer triple roughing over a short period of time, just because like you have stuff to do for whatever period of time you have. Sometimes when you have one match only, there's a lot of downtime, which gets really boring, and then you forget about the match completely.
Ah, okay. Let's see.
I think I have once like literally closed chat for Osu because I forgot I was roughing.
Oh no. And with that, hold on. If I recall correctly, was it one time where you ref 5 matches at once? Was that? Is that? I think that happened to you.
Right. Yeah, I did do that once, but that is something I cannot do again. I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, I
This,
don't know, like especially for like triple to more ref, like how are you able to do like the starting rolls and then the starting bands and then shifting to every single sheet and then putting everything the band.
The answer to that is literally just beg your players to do warm-ups so that it's staggered a bit.
Oh,
if,
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
if only it goes like in a synchronous, smooth path where one match is done, one match starts, another match starts, and they end offset and not at the same time.
Yeah,
That'd be more ideal.
yeah, I
Uh,
cannot do that.
yeah, it really depends on the players, or it depends on the players and the songs that they make. But yeah, not really much you can do about that. I control. I also follow-up question to the previous one about staffing a bunch. How have you? Yeah, how have you been bounced out? Which tournaments to focus or prioritize on?
Alright, so the ones that I'm adminning and like have a lot of involvement in go top. So like it was EQX, now it's AS.
Okay.
Okay, anyways.
Okay.
And then it's like the journeys that I'm admin, but I'm not doing that much because they're already very covered in terms of sheeting and something. And I just ref slave for that. And then there's the attorneys I ref slave voluntarily. Like those are the ones that either I'm competing with other refs for fun, or they desperately need refs and they have ref drought. So it all depends on what I agreed to when I signed up for the tournament.
Also, when you say competitive reffing,
Right. Okay.
I'm kind of scared.
Um. So there's like tourneys right now, like Twilight and Soul, where I'm literally fighting for lobbies sometimes.
Uh,
Like I have to like whenever in small quals. I think me and you were like camping the extra lobbies. So if whenever an extra lobby was made, like the two of them would always take it first. I don't know who, but it was crazy.
was was there anything to gain from that, or is it more just like a pretty competitive? Whoever can ref the most matches in a specific time or within a specific tournament.
No, there's literally no motivation apart from haha.
Haha, your lobby got stolen.
So you're basically putting someone down in their place for taking the lobby or for repping more.
No, no, no. I think it's fucking hilarious that refing has gotten this serious.
Oh my
I think it's
god.
fucking hilarious.
Uh, will you hear the folks if Perry is a ref in one of your tournaments and you're also repping too, be wary because she might just snatch it from your hand, just like she did in this tournament as well.
Yeah,
My
I
bad.
remember. Yeah, these type of. I remember like one badge tournament that I was like refing. Like every single
Mhm.
lobby got stolen, so I did not get a banner.
Oh my god. I
No!
know what you mean completely.
Oh, I'm so
Like
sorry to
every
hear that.
single lobby, they were just there, so I could not get any. So I didn't get a banner.
I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Oh, that's dreadful. You say you want to help, but everyone is already helping out, so you can't help out. So it makes it seem like that you're not contributing at all. Next thing you
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
oof. My condolence. My condolence. Alright, I think we're getting a bit sidetracked though. Another question for you, Perry, is what was your? So we're going to go back to a special quote that you had. I not have word by word, but it was something like you threatening to ref matches. So what's going through your mind when you decide to threaten when you threaten to ref refs about not taking matches while you were unavailable? It's a different type of
Right.
threat, but I think it was actually effective and made people scared.
I don't know because the previous week before this was the week where I took all the matches, right?
Yes, you took like half of the
Um,
matches.
then I took so when I got in the ref sheet it was like Friday and it was still half empty, so I just filled it in completely. And I was like, and I was away the next week because I was on vacation, so I was really worried about nothing being covered, be- for obvious reasons because nothing was filled the week I was there. It was literally out of concern for making sure the matches are have refs, but
Yeah.
I would say it's just a funny way to put it.
I mean, again, it's a nice way to it's a interesting way to threaten people without that actually like being mean. Would say I would believe. But yeah, it was effective. It was effective, and a bunch of people did decide to after that statement. I would believe after that threat.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Moving on to the next questions. What, if any, were your fondest/best moments in this tournament?
Right. Okay. What do you think? I should have prepared for this one. I'm not sure about fondest or best, but like the most vivid memory is still getting sent the fucking the Sigma image after putting it after sending a screenshot of all the matches I repped. That's probably the deepest memory. In terms of best, I guess you could talk about myself as a player because I never expected to see it that high.
Oh yeah,
But
you were a player. I forgot about that.
yeah, I ended up getting like severely IRL dipped.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But otherwise, yeah, I would still say it's probably some of the the roughing shit. I thought that was. I don't know why I decided to take any matches. I thought the reaction was hilarious.
Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's see. I asked that, and I asked that as well. Uh, that's all the questions I have for you, Perry. Um, Freya, do you have anything that you would like to ask Perry in addition to these questions or any comments?
Yeah, I think for me it's more like how does the GFX, like the merging thing, how do you do it? Especially with a lot of the designs becoming pretty
Mhm.
well. I kind of want to like I can design a bit, but I can't do these types of sheet design. Like merge
Right,
some
right, right.
random things, and then when you get it wrong, you have to adjust the whole sheet because you have to add another column, and then
That's a big
it's
thing.
kind of getting pretty rough, especially in back end.
Um,
So
for
how do
sure,
you
for
do
sure,
it?
for sure. How do I do it? You take the GFX first, and then you try to pick out all the elements of the GFX and recreate it using sheets. So sometimes you have a GFX with like stars on it, and then you find something that matches the stars, or and then you try to match the colors, the fonts, everything. In terms of design, so typically for me, I would make the cover first, because that kind of pulls together all the other designs, and then I would. I prefer working on like team listing and free agent much more over like bracket and quals displays because they're so annoying to create. That's just a personal complaint though. Um, yeah, I have to keep backend in mind because sometimes I have the urge to create some whack ass ideas and I need to check if it's
Yeah,
actually doable.
it's not doable.
Um, See,
Maybe.
like I'm a backend as well half the time, so you know, I know they're doable usually, but it's with some whack ass formula. So
Okay, then yeah, that makes sense because that's probably going to be what I'm going to do in the future. So at least I'll try.
Best of luck to
that's
both of you
good.
guys in the future for doing back end cheating. And I actually do have one more question that just came up. This is more of a commercial ad for you, but for what is showing your profile, you've been doing a lot of turning staffing sheet graphic GFX for players. If someone would like to have it done, how could they do so, or how should they contact
Just DM me on like Discord. Right now, I have a pretty stacked queue of sheets, so it'll probably take me a month or two to get through to your sheet. But literally, just DM me and tell me what you want. And give me an idea of like how you want your sheet to look.
you? Alright. Well, I'd like to thank you for answering these questions, Barry. I hope you had a great time and enjoyed this interview sessions.
Mhm.
Do you, do you have any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with us regarding whether that's mentoring, anything, any comments, concerns?
No, just make sure you find your friends in this community because that makes the experience so much
Yes,
more fun.
please
Like
do.
shout outs to Millie Wowam Aquatic for being always being there to shit talk or like do whatever.
Yes, yes, it's great to have connections in the tournaments, and it would be it would be much easier for everyone to work with connections and work not by yourself. Definitely not
hmm
speaking from
It's so much more
experience, but
fun as well.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun.
yeah, yeah. All right. Again, thank you, Perry, once again for coming out here to join, do the interview session for us. Even though it's a very bad time for you right now.
I should probably go to bed.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Enjoy the little long sleep, and hope, hope you take care in the future. Best of luck to you in the future as well.
You too. Good luck on your interview. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. And for the viewers, I hope you have a better understanding of how staffing can be based on the stories. If everyone tries for staffing, reach out to someone, and whether it's a host, admins, or your friends that they mentioned and try to see if they can help out, and they should help out. Um, just like how Perry stepped in as host and gave massive knowledge, comprehensive knowledge, the same can be done for you. Let's see. But now we're going to switch to the next person. They've been with us since the beginning of this interview. Fairtrade. Again, welcome Fairtrade. You kind of did your introduction,
Hello.
but would you like to do a small brief story of yourself? Again, brief small story of your experience.
Yeah, so hello, I'm Flair. I've been around here since about 2022-ish to about 2023. I just been in the community because of specific persons just inviting me to, hey, why don't you play 6WC? And then 6WC was my first ever tournament. And then after that, I wanted to get into staffing because, hey, it's pretty interesting to like be that guy in the sheets. The sheets look really cool. A lot of the things in refing are like, hey, that sounds really cool. I kind of want to try and do that. So that's when I really got into the ref position. After that, unfortunately, time constraints and everything. So rather than refing, because it was a little bit, I guess when you're refing, you kind of are obligated, or you feel obligated to like take more than one match, like
That's true.
specific in a specific tournament. So I mean, I can't do that because my weekends have been really bad for the past year. Not only because of work, but because of some other tournaments that are currently happening. So I really want that nighttime to be a little bit open. So I got into this tournament because of I think I was looking through the tournaments and I saw this in one of the tournament announcements, if I remember correctly, or maybe it was just Osu in general. But I saw that, hey, it's 150k plus, and I wanted to see some more 150ks, like try and improve, let's say. Like I think that's one of the aspects that I kind of I kind of wanted to see. And I mean, we saw it in this tournament. Like Yuriru, just this is his first tournament. I think Osutori is kind of new, but I haven't seen him that much in general. So good thing he has a chance to like shine right now. This is the first time like I've really seen IDEX too from Philippines. So, I think that it's been successful so far, and I've really been loving it to be here. Right? So yeah, I think that's mostly it for just the general introduction. Since we'll get into some other things later.
Yeah, that's a great introduction to your story. Wait, I'll actually ask a quick question before we do get into the actual questions. Did you think before you joined? Because I think your first experience was 6WC, right? When you were by
Yes.
friend. So would you say that you would prefer to have a more beginner-friendly tournaments to be introduced into the tournament environment, or would you say that it's a experience to learn, which in the end have to improve even more in the future?
Yeah, I think that for especially for beginners, it's kind of needed to have these really low SR tournaments. Like, because my very first tournament after 6WC was actually a 200k plus tournament. So that was what introduced me to really the scene, and got me like a lot of friends because I think I placed fourth on that tournament for my very first one. So yeah, just we kind of need the also community kind of needs like these really low. Like I'm not talking 100k because the amount of
Yeah, it's
people that are
everywhere.
just better. Yeah, I'm talking like 150k and about 200k. Like I don't think 150k is right now. Like people are improving at a really good pace. So I think like 200k is actually where the beginners are already. So yeah, these low rank tournaments really get people into the scene, and when they get people into the scene, they make new friends. Can really make the community as a whole, especially this 6-digit community, much bigger than what it already is. Like not just the same random D rankers in the same tournament. Like we get these people and they like improve. Then we get a new generation of just better players, which is really fun to see. Like some of these new players are probably already better than me, which is like that's amazing. Like it's not that I feel just bad that I'm just bad. It's just amazing to see that these players can really push their limits, like see 500Ks on grand finals, which is just incredible.
Yeah, and based on what you mentioned, yes, the new six digits have been improving tremendously fast. Even since then, back in 2020 when I first started tournament, I think the highest start rate was about 5.3, 5.5, and that was like
Yeah,
for finals, grand finals. But now people have been pushing it to the limits and almost up to 6 stars. It's insane, and these six digits can play these songs and play these difficulty.
yeah,
It is insane to see how much time has passed and see how these players have improved over the span of years in OSU community. Yeah,
yeah. That's something I strive for. Let's say I really want to see like new players and
new
community grow as a
generations.
whole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Do you have any more? Do you have any more that you have to say before we get into the question phase?
I think that's mostly it for general intro on really what my perspective is as as a person for these low ranked tournaments.
Alright, alright. With that said, we shall get into it right now. Let's see. First question would be, I believe there are going to, I believe there are a lot of responsibility in being an admin, not just one specific task, but there are multiple tasks. Being an admin. What are some that you decide to take upon either yourself or was tasked to do within this tournament?
Yeah, so I was actually not an admin originally. I wasn't part of the original admin for this tournament, but I really wanted to at least push myself to try and get an admin position because of how it was going so far. Like, I'm sorry to shallow, I think, but I really wanted to, let's say, improve the experience for these players just because of a previous tournament called KFC, which was Femboy Cup, if I remember correctly. This was 150K, and I remember a lot of my friends were like not not enjoying it. Like I remember literally, I think this was one of my friends said to me he participated it on KFC, and he was like, "Bro, there was not even a match results on grand final. We didn't even have a map pool on grand final. It was not in the sheet." And I'm like,
What?
"How can you be that bad?"
What the heck?
Yeah, so yeah, with that in mind, I saw the sheets and I was like, man, if we can improve, then I think this may be a tournament. If we can improve like the sheets, the people, and like how we manage this tournament, like this can be one of the best tournaments to get new people in like the Osu community, which Yuriru, like literally him first tournament. Like you see the GFX, you see the sheet, like if you see it and it's your first time, you're gonna be like, why don't I try and join? And it's really that experience that I kind of wanted to fulfill, which is why I really pushed myself to be an admin role, just so I can try and improve most of the things in this tournament. But that's for general things. For specifics, I mostly dealt with back end for this tournament and map pooling. I think for back end, I helped Peri because Peri did not. Okay, Peri was basically playing, so she cannot improve the map pool sheet,
Yeah.
the refing. I know not refing. A lot of the admin stuff because she would also see the map pools. So I had to do most of that. I had to do also the back end for a lot of these sheets. Just because yeah, Perry can definitely cannot do it because she needs access to admin. So yeah, that's been mostly it for map pooling. I mean, pretty general. I think for this time, I got for this tournament, like I undertook mostly the main pooling position. Uh, I did not want to do it, but you know, fortunately, people are just not as active in the map pooling and the play testing. And they don't really have a general view of 6-digit pooling. And unfortunately, oh yeah, we have a lot of good map poolers, and Saber can really get like good maps. But with how I saw qualifiers, some things needed to really change, and so I undertook that position as not really main pooler, but probably decided quite a lot of how we're going to pool. So yeah, unfortunately for the players that got like I think grand finals has like a really hard hidden, because that's really what I think that was necessary for this SR. But yeah, it's a little bit biased onto me, and for most of the decisions that has been here, it has been my bad, especially for map pooling. So do not flame any other map pooler, especially for the previous rounds, because it's been mostly my decision and these guys' decision. But all credit goes to them as to how we were able to create such good map pools in general.
With that said, thank you very much. But with that said, you shouldn't be really very much for yourself because you're helping them because from what I heard from, I think it was from EU, from one of the other staff, there was not much of a six-digit perspective in the map pool. But since you are still 6 digits and you have experienced a lot of the map pools within this range, I would assume that you have a bigger knowledge of what would be approved or what should be said or tested within said soft pool. So I would not blame yourself, or I wouldn't be very harsh on yourself, because in the end I would believe that it your perspective or your help really contributed immensely to the map pool, and everyone can agree that you've been working very hard behind the scenes, and regardless of what kind of um, complaint that they have, in the end,
Yeah.
if you believe that it still fits the skill sets or the criteria of the slots, then I would say that you have done your job correctly. So
Yeah, I
again,
think
thank you.
it's a pretty good gauge, but definitely can be improved a lot. I think the main problem was we had a lack of playtesters. Uh, especially like I needed like some 5 digits to try and play test, but we only had like three, let's say. So unfortunately, we did not really have that much play testers for this tournament. But I mean, we tried our best, especially for these map pools. We tried to make it as balanced and as not as favored to a specific skill set as possible. Like I think our map pools improved by the round. So yeah, kudos to everyone in the map pooling, especially.
Mm, uh, and while you were talking about that, it does fall off to another question that I had. Um, were there any technical problems, or were there any concerns when you were making these map pools on the technical side? Like how often it's been used? Does it fit the specific skill set on the slot? Is it too similar to other maps, BPM wise, just skill wise, etc.?
Yeah, I think for the map pooling, especially right, um, it's definitely like the free mods are really what got us. um, I think I was the only one, if I remember correctly, suggesting really free mods for our map pools, just because it's hard to balance free mod on a 1v1,
Yes, yes.
especially with how this tournament rules has been, where you can't play a mod after every you can't play the mod after you play it in free mod, so you kind of have to balance it in every single uh kind of have to balance every single mod such that it can be played on hidden, it can be played on hard rock. Not really easy actually. I don't think we balanced it on easy. Only free mod 2. But yeah, that aspect is really what got a lot of us. And I had to like search, graveyard surf even a lot of these map pools. Just from previous tournaments and everything. So these free mods, I would not recommend doing it for another tournament. But if you know and if you see like a lot of our map pool has been like especially free mod 1, it has been rather unconventional. We have not been just going for aim free mod 1 that's just a no mod 1
Yeah.
or free mod 1 that's just speed, because we believe that it would be too easy on hidden especially. So people would be like forced to play that on hidden, and then they would play hard rock on free mod 2. And yeah, it's just not really a fun experience because that just makes like free mod 1 just another hidden one. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's been mostly it for that. For other things, I think uh we just wanted to make sure that the map pool isn't like too much tapping. And then after that, the only thing we searched like recency wise was if it was pulled like I guess in the past month or so. Like if another tournament has just pulled this like recently, because we knew that 150k is just, I mean, they don't have any unless they like specifically played with other people. So it doesn't matter how if it's like overused or anything, just because they kind of don't have any map pools in the first place. So yeah, I think that's mostly it. Like free mods have been a pain, and just recency, but not that much because of 150ks. Then let's see what else. I think one of the things that we wanted to balance was uh how much of a how much like we I wanted to make sure that every single mod pool like hidden and hard rock had differing skill sets. So like if our hidden 3 is like tapping, let's say, I wanted to make sure that the hidden 1 had to be like awkward aim or like really hard aim. So and then after that we wanted to make sure that like hidden 1 had to be like either awkward aim, but not just, we wanted to make sure hidden 1 was not a nomad 1 with hidden, please. That one, that's one of the things had a hard time going for, because I mean technically you could just go for like random nomad 1 like Kimino say, put it in
Oh
hidden,
God.
and
Oh
then
God.
bam, hidden 1.
Kimi no
Hidden
say.
1 is amazing. But yeah, that's something that I definitely do not want to have in a tournament. And because I've played a lot of these SR, like, and I knew a lot of my friends opinions on it, it's like you kind of have to base it on your experience on how you're going to be able to pull these maps. And from experience, hidden 1 and hard rock 1 is especially, and DT 1 too, is especially boring if it's just a nomad 1, but faster, higher AR, or even with hidden, because it becomes really a coin flip. So you see in grand finals, like hidden 1 is tech, which I mean you don't see that. You basically don't see that in any other map pools. Maybe some recent tournaments have done unconventional, but yeah, it's been hard to balance, but it's been really fun. Just creating different these map pools with like differing skill sets.
Yeah. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And based on feedback from the map, based on map feedback, yes, people can agree that there has been, I would say, not conventional maps and those six slots like hidden one, number one. They happen, and from my perspective, they both POV, they have been very different. They have been very different, which is good. Which is good because it actually, like you mentioned, is not bland. It actually it's different, uh, and I would believe that people find that interesting as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
think. Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think one of the things that I wanted to see in the map pool is that you pick a map and then it's this skill set that you're good at, but your opponent cannot do. Like let's say hidden one, like it's techie-ish hidden. So you want to pick that since your opponent kind of sucks on this type of hidden, and not just I pick hidden one because it's a coin flip map and my opponent is higher seeded than me, and so maybe he misses. That's one of the things that I kind of just did not want in a map pool because it just didn't feel good for both the higher seeded and the lower seeded if you just miss in the middle of the map.
that's for number
So yeah,
one.
that's
That's for number
I
one.
mean, yeah, Nomad 1 is there. And I've tried the non-conventional in final, but now the grand finals it fit the slot just because we had like way differing hidden one and hard rock one,
Yeah.
and especially DT one. So it fit. Shika Noko Noko. Oh, anyway.
I feel that was kind of biased. There was a bias in picking number one, but
Yeah,
we're not getting to it.
a little bit. But I did not pull Nomad one. It just fits. I did not do it. That was not me. Not me.
I feel I know who it was. I'm not going to out them, but I know who it is. Who it is. Who agreed
Yeah,
to it.
because I would not pull a qualified map. Let's say I would not be pulling a qualified map.
We no, you yeah we don't pull qualified maps. We pull brand new maps.
Yeah,
uh,
because if it's qualified, it's gonna change. That's why it's kind of hard to qualified maps.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, it fits. Also, Shika Noko.
Oh god damn it! No,
Anyway,
not here. Not please don't bring this here as well. It's everywhere in the server and stream. It's everywhere, and I'm my mind's dying because of
yeah,
that. Okay,
exactly.
alright, alright. Moving on. What would you think would be the highlight? Single or pro in what would you think the highlights would be in this tournament, or and road lights, if any?
Yeah, so I think my general highlight has been the start of the tournament where we got all the sheets ready and we got like everyone signing up. Like I think a lot of my friends, especially in the 150Ks, have been saying like Flare, this map, this sheet is amazing. Like, and I gave all credit to like Peri Mavo, but with how the sheet has turned up, with how the player list and how we got this many people registering, so it's just amazing how it turned out. Like when I first saw everything, and we got everything done, like bracket schedule sheet, the cover page and everything, I was like, wow, this can be probably one of the best 6-digit tournaments like we've had in a while. So it's really amazing. Like I think right now I would put this a little bit, like, probably it's biased, but I would put this probably on the same level as like CBT into as to how 150Ks have been. And I can call this tournament a really big success with how my goal was to really get new people in. And I mean, these guys are a lot of new people and they've been destroying the old people.
Yeah,
So, it's been
they go off so fast,
uh,
man. They go off
yeah,
so
it's amazing.
fast.
When I was 150K, I was not playing 5.8 stars, let's say.
Back in my days, I was playing ball maps when I was 150k.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I am 150k now. Oops.
Oh
What the heck?
man.
Oh god, I am a dewanker. Oh no. Uh, anyways, again, I'm getting
Yeah,
sidetracked.
so yeah, I think that's my general highlight. I think one of the lowlights that I maybe had is like arguing with some of the map pullers. I mean, like, I think some of the map poolers had really differing opinions. Definitely, it's all valid, but it's kind of sad that some maps just suddenly get changed. Like in the end,
Oh yeah.
no consultation is kind of annoying, but it makes it okay. Like if they think it's an okay map, it's okay. Like I've set my opinions on how each map has been, and if they don't agree, then that's fine. It's all to them. Uh, that's probably one of the lowlights since it's been getting pretty hard to pull these like and these next few last few how do you call it, last few pools, especially the Nomad 6 slot and the DT4. Like those have been really hard to pull these uh past few weeks. And yeah, it's always been changing. Uh Unfortunately, our map poolers like do not have a different like 6-digit perspective. So they pull like either really hard or really easy maps on these slots. Like I think this round's DT4, I remember it was pulled on like 6.2 star open rank as DT4.
Mama.
So yeah, it's hard. I remember the Nomad 6 was a 5WC. Oh no, that's a Corsace map. So for Nomad 6 last round, it was a Corsace map. So I was like, some of these pools can be improved, but it's kind of just a perfectionist type in my part where I just wanted to give like the best pool for all these players, especially since it's already grands and semifinals. Like one of my comments in the one of my comments after the grand finals reveal was I'm really sad. I was really sad at how the map pool in grands turned out. Just because it could have been better. Like it could have been really much better. So but what's done is done. And I think it's still really fun even with how it is right now. So that's definitely one of the lowlights of this tournament. Another one maybe uh actually no, I cannot think of any other one. That's probably like the only reason that it's been like that. Maybe it's just an IRL thing for me, but I got an internship for the past month or so. So I've
Congrats.
just not
Oh,
been active.
nice.
Yeah, so I've just not been active on this. So I couldn't really help on the I think this was the finals map. I did not really help that much. Yeah, I did not really help that much. I know the semifinals map. I was not really able to help because I was really busy that week. And yeah, it just got like I don't think this is the worst, but yeah, it can be improved. Like a lot of this can be really improved. And credits to the poolers, they tried their best. And yeah, I kind of like it, the map pool. So yeah, it's just my own IRL stuff that's been holding me down, which you know I wish that I could help more, but yeah, I have just been inactive these past 2 weeks or so, even a month, just because of IRL internship.
No, that's pretty fun because you have done a lot of work back before then as well. So I would believe that it'd be nice for you. It would be um appropriate for you to take a break here and just relax and rely on your team to fill in the map pool. Um, but yeah, again, congrats on your internship. It it's I would have to say it's balanced you out. IO IRL pair. I can talk life situations in OSU because it is in the end there does have to be a balance between them. Um,
Yeah.
but yes, I would say yes. You have been having some discussions with the team Maplin team here and there, and sure they might not disagree whatnot, but as long as you're able to as long as it's agreements like you mentioned within the map pool, then it should be fine in the end. In which case,
Yeah, I think so.
I would say that in the end it did come up fine. Sure, sure there may be still some disagreements in some of the map rules, but if there's an overall agreement in that it's best for one the players and two the pool itself, then I would say, hey, that I would think that that would be fair enough. That'd be fine, reasonable.
Yeah.
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 Let's see. Move on to the next question. Was this the first tournament as an admin, and would you continue to be an admin again in the future?
All right. So this has not been my first tourney as an admin.
Oh,
I've admin quite a lot now, actually. Especially for 6 digits. I've been getting asked to admin quite often, actually. Because of, I don't know. I actually don't know why I'm getting asked that.
I mean,
But yeah,
look at this tournament.
that,
You have been saying that you want to improve upon the tournament, and based on that reason, I mean, from what I'm seeing, yeah, you have been helping a lot, whether it's front end or back end, whether it's like visible or in the back end. I can see a lot of improvement happening within this tournament, and I would
yeah,
believe that's why people want to invite you to become an admin and help out in the tournament.
yeah. Because I remember one of the tournaments, like I was playing, the admin was just doesn't exist. And I kind of don't really want to be that type of guy. So whenever I try and like admin, or even like when I'm asked to fulfill like specific role, let's say like pooling and everything, like I try and make sure that we're at least here. We're at least like heard, we're at least visible or something. So that's really been what I want to strive to be, especially in this admin position where you're kind of the face of the tournament. Like if the tournament goes bad, they're gonna remember you. So
That
yeah,
is true.
it's been yeah, it's been something that I really wanted to go through, because it feels bad when a tournament you think was good suddenly just the admin and the host are like doesn't exist, and it just doesn't feel right. So I have quite a lot of tournaments, especially in 6 digit, where some impulsive uh, hosts were just there and then just drops the tournaments, and it just does not feel good for anyone, especially for like Peri, Renu, like they Facey even, like they've been shouldering quite a lot of just fixing all of the problems that impulsive hosts have done, and I kind of don't want it to be for this tournament. So that's been it. For other admin work, unfortunately, I can't share yet, because I have some in the future already, but there has just I have not gotten the go signal. There has been no forum post yet, but yeah, it's incoming, probably October to November ish. So
Ooh.
look
We shall
forward
see.
to that.
Yeah, we shall look forward to see that in the near future. Um, yeah. I would say for the impulsive host or admin leaving, it could. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say it could be something happening in their side. So in that sense, can't we blame
Yeah,
them? But then again, they were the one that hosted it, and they, I would say, had to follow it through to the very end because of what happened. But it's a really depends on how you think about how it happened or the situation of how it happened. So I can't really say much about that, but um, it's definitely some questions on whether or not our situation occur. They may be burnt out, which I can see. I actually see a lot of people, staff, not just mostly admins, but staff in general being burnt out and unable to
yeah,
fulfill to the very end of the tournament. But yeah, um, it really is a very situational. A very situational what happens to them. And I
yeah.
also hope that does not happen to you as well.
I don't think, like, as long as there's like 6 digits or some lower rank tournaments happening, I think I would be there to help in staffing, especially for like 200k and 150k, because like like it's really fun for me to see these guys improve. Like I've said that a lot, it's really fun to see new people. Like it's been something that like I've been striving on, like just these new D rankers coming out of the scene, like, whoa, how did you get here? Type of thing. And it's so fun to see them just be just much better than we thought we were gonna be. Like I thought I was talking to admin, like we were already thinking like some of these players would probably just steamroll everyone, and it did not happen. Like all of the players that we noted just like fell off by like finals or even semifinals. So it's amazing that some of these players that are just new can really improve this much, and really gets you going to really see what more tournaments there are, so that we can see more of these guys improve.
It's amazing. It is a amazing visual to see that new people taking down new old um, people that can say are very good in said community, or in other words, we don't want to say the word D ranker,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
but again, it's it's like pushing players to the very top. The new players are pushing old players are pushing, trying to get back up and overwhelm, beat the new players, etc. It keeps on and on. But yeah,
Yeah, I think that's really what the Osu community kind of needs. Like, I saw a lot of uh just YouTube videos or even Reddit posts where it's like Osu community is just at the top, like all drama at the top. Like that's really what gets the views and everything. But we can also improve like down here. Like we can create some bangers. Maybe by some miracle, like we can somehow get badge in like 6 digit at one point if we like do some stuff that can really have a main impact. Like there are a lot of these that uh can be there are a lot of these tournaments that can be badged in 6 digit, and it's just that the problem of multi accounters is gonna be what's the main problem. But I can really see it with how the work has been for us staffers, like in general. So yeah, it's just been a cool experience here below, and it's really much different from me staffing like badge tournaments above, because they have a much different environment and maybe even people.
it's a lot stricter. I would believe it's a lot stricter, right, in how you staff compared to something that's unbadged.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, isn't there, when you talk about environments, like, isn't there like, I assume that there's like a certain precaution of certain procedure that you have to take,
Yeah.
and missing and not following it, or not following it like word by word. I would say word by word, but not following it to a certain extent will mean that, hey, you're not allowed to participate in said war anymore, or in any case you may be into a staff team per se, or you have to participate for a certain amount of matches in order to gain um,
Yeah.
like badge or a banner or such, compared to
Yeah, I think
something like this, which is like more
yeah.
light-hearted.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that, yeah, I gotta say. It's probably just because we gotta make sure that the tournament just does not go to not go down too much
Yeah.
or something. That's why badge really do that, and that makes sense.
Hmm.
But as a when you like commentate, because that's really what I've been asked in badge tournaments on commentator and ref. So when you like commentate and ref, like you have to have specific stuffs you gotta say. Like you can't just mess around in commentating. You can't just like be randomly inactive when you're refing. Like when an IRL stuff happen, that can't just happen. So yeah, it's different in unbadged than badged, definitely. And yeah, it's something else. Like also the let's say the rank range is also much different. Like I see like this is a little bit of a segue, but I see, especially for rank range, there are a lot of just nicer people down here than there are like not I mean like down here as in like 150k because 100k is already kind of cancer.
Yeah, yeah,
but
I can agree with that.
but like 150k and 200k, like these guys are really nice compared to the other people up there in like 100k, like 5 digits even worse, and then 4 digits. Yeah. So these guys, they just take what you really give them. They give actual feedback and not just map pool bad. So
The frame text
it
of Mapu bad. Oh god.
yeah, literally, it's just much better to staff when it's this low than it is to staff bad,
Hmm.
just because of the people and the environment.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that as well. Uh, let's see. Oh shoot. So I think this may be a question that you have answered already, but I'll ask it. See if you go into a bit detail about it. But in my opinion, at least how I see it, a tournament can only become successful with the cooperation from both the staff and player. With this in mind, what would be the methods of keeping this connection between staff and players?
Yeah, I think one of the main things that you gotta just do is to just not. Do you know that Discord thing where you go invisible? Yeah, you can't do that.
Yes, yes, okay.
Yeah, that's you just gotta always be active, even if people think you're not there. If people think you're there, then they would think that, hey, you can just ping this random admin. Hey, ping admin or something.
Hmm.
Pin playtesters, ping poolers, and yeah, you just gotta always be there for the players because when they think that the staff, from experience, when they think that the admin and the staff are like always active, then they think that the tournament's going pretty well. Uh, but if there has been like a random thing and no one's responding, then that just feels bad as a player, man.
It feels bad for everyone,
Yeah, it feels bad.
because I saw on staff side, for someone that's on staff side and wants to enter, you can re-enter it because it may be something that the host or admin has to answer and you unsure about it, but you can redo it. And you want like this, you want to as a staff to answer it, but you can't. So
Yeah, I think yeah, that's one of the things, like when you're like refing and then someone asks randomly, "Hey, I like let's say you're not admin," and then you just see a random at host admin thing where it's like, "Can I do something? Is there something wrong?" And then since you don't have the power, you can't like help him. And that's just really feels bad as a player. Like it's been like a day or 8 hours since the ping. Like no, the admins are technically quote unquote online, but they have not been responding. So
yeah.
that just doesn't feel good for anyone,
Hmm.
uh, spectator wise or even the player wise. So that's just been one of the things that I've really been just in on in this tournament because I am a pretty big role here, so I gotta at least make sure that I fulfill what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, from what I've been seeing throughout the summer, you have been acting like a PR type of person. If you do you know what PR is, by the way? For
Yeah.
yeah, you have been acting as a PR, so with the players. So I would say that the connection, the connection between staff and player has been very strong in this tournament at the very least.
Yeah, and then that's I think one of the things that makes a tournament really much different than others. So yeah, that's mostly it for how you gotta be not really gotta be an admin, but like just gotta be active.
Hmm. Let's see. Well, thank you for answering all these questions. I didn't. thi- This went a lot longer than expected, but we have a lot of time. I would say thank you for
Yeah.
taking answering these questions, even though this was very long, and I I would say I think that it's longer than what you were expected. I'm not sure what you had
Nah,
anything
not
else.
really, because I'm directly going to lunch after this one, so not like Perry where I sleep. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm okay
um.
with this long.
All right. Again, I have to thank you for coming out here and volunteering to
Yeah,
interview Frederick.
time.
Do you have a message you'd like to tell us before we head out?
Yeah, I think one of the things that uh one of the things that has been happening right now has been like just random people. I think one of the things I said was the impulsive hosts and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's maybe something that we gotta improve. Uh, like if you can, and if you're just like planning to at least host or at least like ref a single tournament, like you gotta commit, man. You gotta make sure that everything's okay on your end. Like whatever you can do, at least try, because the players actually feel when you're like stressed out. When you're like when you don't like specific things, like the players can feel it, and it can really downgrade the rep.
Yeah, most
So
certainly.
yeah, a lot of these things you gotta commit to your role. You gotta make sure that uh your tournament is actually good. Let's say, and at least pleasing to whoever's playing, because rep when it's this low, you gotta make sure that these new players can actually see that our community is okay, at least from what they see.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's something that has not really been in these past few tournaments, like has not really been like that. And one of the things that helps this is screening. So if you're just new, definitely do not recommend like hosting any tournament, just because the screening is going to be a really big aspect of make or break on specific rank range tournaments. So there's just time where it's kind of boring to see this specific person like dominate everything. You already know he's gonna win. Which I guess for this tournament, like Usutori and Yuriru, but for them, it's because they've been practicing, and that's what makes it amazing. So uh, it's not that wow, these guys these guys will obviously just win like everything and everything. Like you can see, uh, there are no like specific person that you think is going to win this whole tournament like from the start. Like from the start, maybe Yuriru you see, but then like you see their grand finals and everything, and then like even finals, and literally all the matches so far have been like insanely close, like 6-4s, like tiebreakers, in 7-5s in finals is just amazing. Even a tiebreaker in finals. So screening is a big aspect to how tournaments are gonna go and when it's this low. And you know, if you're just starting off, especially in this rank range, I would really recommend not going for hosting, because you kind of need to gauge like who's the good players and everything to be able to screen them. But yeah, that's mostly it for me, I think. So just a word of caution for everyone, definitely. But it's one of my pet peeves because I've seen a lot of them and they have not been good. Let's say, like you see, there are some 150Ks and 200Ks that are like they're just there. They play on Gatari, they play on Akatsu, Katsuki, and then they just go into a tournament. They like 900K grand finals. It's just not fun to see for the viewer, for the player you're going against. Like only he gets to have fun, and that's not something that you kind of want to see for any tournament. So yeah, if you're planning to host, make sure that you have experience and make sure you know who actually the okay players are, so that maybe you can put like a warning on them, screen some of them as well. But yeah, that's going to be mostly it for my goodbyes, and it's been fun. I think I can commentate on Tuesday, so if, but I think it's probably full. I do not want to commentate with more than 3 people.
Are you sure you don't want to commentate with what we had in last match? Not the showcase match, but the last match where there's like 6 or 7 people in that
Yeah,
match.
because no one can hear anyone, and there's
Exactly.
like no hype moments. There's like no hype. It's all just stupid stuff, and I
Everything's a
kind
hype
of want to
moment.
do.
Everything's a hype
It's so
moment.
dumb. Like you
Alright,
can't hear anything. So
yeah, that's fair enough. And we can't, yeah, because I know there's times where we try to get to a match and then next thing you know, it's getting opened by someone else's conversation on a different topic.
yeah, legit. That's why it's so dumb. Like as a player, when you're reviewing the VODs, they're like, why are they singing every single song and not commentating on it?
No,
But
you
I
got,
mean, come on, it's fine. It's
yeah,
fun.
you got add a bit of spicy in there, add a bit of uncertainty, a surprise. And yeah,
Like I when I saw the hidden two get picked, like in stream, I was like, oh yeah, they're probably gonna be like, oh man, this map's too hard and everything. And then suddenly someone here just suddenly sings bug.
yeah, so here in Double Return, yeah. And which I have to
Yeah,
say, great voices from them. They have great voices. Oh my god.
yeah, but then like the match itself was like so hyped. There was like
Yeah, it was very
five
close.
changes and everything. But then you guys are like singing. But I guess it's fine. It works. It's fun. It's fine. If everyone's having fun, then it's okay. I like it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's for me, I think.
Alright. Again, thank you for coming out there, Drake. You have heard them just recently that they are very knowledgeable in the tournament community. So it would be wise to take their advice and if you all have to host them, possibly reconsider hosting it until you're ready to do it, or even admin, or well, I would say just hosting admin, but staff up in general. So be sure that you prep in advance and you aren't busy or you have the right mindset of going to the very
Yeah.
end. But yes, you will be seeing them throughout the tournament community in the future. So if they happen to stop in one of the tournament, be sure to tell them thanks for the hard work because they have been working extremely hard both behind the scene and and in front of the scene as well. If you happen to see them as a player, best of luck to you because they are a very strong player. Uh, but yeah, that said, we thank you for coming out again, Frederick, and
Anytime.
yeah, we shall close it out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this stream. We're going to see you in our next match in Tuesday 3 UTC. So hopefully you guys are gonna be there. Same hosts, I think. Same commentators. So it's gonna be really funny.
The thing is, when you say same commentators, I'm scared where you mean commentators here or commentators beforehand.
All everyone. We're gonna have like 12 people in the
Okay.
VC. It's gonna be fun.
It's, but fun, you mean chaotic, right?
Yeah, yeah, yep. Okay, yeah. We're gonna have a 6v6 Subway Surfers right in the right of the actual
Oh,
tournament so that you
okay.
know.
Gotta keep your
Yeah,
attention retention.
VC.
Like, keep the attention retention somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You gotta keep our viewers.
alright. Without further much to say, thank you guys for coming out. I have been Daku. Here and join with me was Frederick and Perry. And we shall see you guys in 24 hours.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you then.